So it's that busy week between firm meetings. We're just coming off of last week's meeting where we had our presentation, we're starting to work on our deliverables, and then we gotta start working on next week's firm meeting. Gotta get my presentation together and figure out something that's gonna get the attention of the advisors and keep them entertained.
So, what's your big idea for next week's firm meeting?
I don't know. I'm still recovering from last week's meeting. I'll be honest, I don't have any ideas.
What else is new?
It's hard coming up with new ideas. I mean, I've got my job that I have to do. I'm helping advisors all the time. I'm busy. I have to help advisors all day long. And then I gotta come up and try to be funny?
Let's be honest. I do all the work for the advisors. Brian just sits in his office putting up a different calendar, weird marketing item every other day, or he's on the phone for hours with his man crush, Darren Seekins. Or he's taking my ideas and presenting them to Ben as his own. I don't think anybody here even knows my name.
What are we gonna do?
Hey guys!
Morning, Ben.
Great presentation last week, you two. How's the firm meeting deliverables coming along?
We haven't really started yet.
Huh. Okay. Well, next firm meeting's right around the corner. How's that going? Getting ready?
We haven't really started yet, but we were just talking about it.
Huh. Okay.
Hey, Ruth.
Ed wants to see you in his office right now.
So Brian, firm meeting.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it went well.
Well, yeah, it did go well, all except your presentation.
I feel like it was well received.
Not funny. Wasn't funny.
We had a lot of requests.
Funny, Brian. It wasn't funny.
The content, though, was solid, I think.
Read my lips, Brian. I don't care about content. Funny. You're here to be funny. Let me be really clear. Make the next one funny. I got it. The Trump thing. The Trump thing is great. You could probably bring that back because he's in the news all the time. Or the Star Wars thing. Maybe you could come back somebody different than Darth Vader. Or, oh, I get, no. Bobblehead dolls. Everybody loves bobblehead dolls. I don't care what you do. Make it fun.
I did a couple of presentations at firm meeting that were absolutely serious, but I put a little marketing spin on them, and I guess a couple of advisors and Ed thought they were really funny, and now I have to try to make everything funny every time. It's a lot of pressure.
Is Brian funny? He thinks he is. But firm meetings are kind of special. You know, you have a bucket for compliance, you have a bucket for continuing education and technical support, and I guess you have a bucket for funny. And that's Brian.
I mean, I guess I can do the idea game, or we could do, you know, Star Wars again, or I don't know. I don't know what to do.
You know what would be wicked funny? If you did something new. I totally get a laugh out of that.
I have new stuff. I have lots of new stuff, but how am I supposed to make things like the new newsletter funny?
That's easy, Brian. With a sleek and chic new design, more vibrant colors, and 4 pages of in-house created investment and lifestyle content, the new updated NPA newsletter is just what the doctor ordered and just what your client's been waiting for. But wait, there's more. Pricing stays the same. Only $1.25 a copy mailed directly to your clients and 75 cents for you self-mailers out there.
Oh, okay, well, let me think about it, but why do you never talk like that at firm meeting?
Ugh, the talking thing. Brian doesn't let me talk at firm meeting. I'd love to, but he says that I interrupt his creative flow.
Hey, Mike.
Hey Brian, what's the good word?
I gotta get my firm meeting presentation done. Ed says it has to be funny.
Well, it's gonna be funny, we're gonna have to run that through compliance.
But this is only for advisors, Mike.
You know, all the more reason, Brian.
But this is for pre-approved things like the new quarterly campaign.
That doesn't sound very funny.
That's my point. It's a fall-themed campaign, it's got a pretty image of leaves, and it talks about how this can be when everything changes.
Yeah. Make sure you understand, Brian, there will be changes if you don't make this funny.
Hey, Brian.
Oh, hey, Beth.
I'm just wondering, when can I do my next headshot?
At the firm meeting in January at the Wentworth.
Oh, great. I love firm meetings, especially your presentation.
Thanks, Beth.
They're so funny. So funny.
I'll tell you what'll be so funny is how quickly I will fire Brian if he does not deliver at this firm meeting.
I don't get this whole funny thing. I mean, my presentations are filled with juicy nuggets of marketing knowledge, and yet I put a little marketing spin on the way I present it and suddenly it's funny. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think you're funny.
Thanks, man.
My pleasure. Can we talk about that new big brochure we created?
You mean that new large-size branding brochure that we created with John Castelot, but that can be personalized for any advisor at a reasonable price, even in small quantities? The one that we created with John Castelot that's really available to anyone, but it's at a reasonable price, even in small quantities? Is that the one you mean?
Yes, that's the one.
No. That's a useful tool for advisors giving a lasting sense or impression of professionalism. I mean, it's good for any advisor in small quantities, and it's inexpensive even in small quantities, but it's not funny, and that's going to get me fired.
He's right, Maggie.
Hey, what's up, loser?
Hi, Andrew. Just working on my firm meeting presentation.
You haven't finished that yet, you moron?
No, and Ed wants it to be funny.
Personally, I think you standing up there acting like you know anything about anything is pretty funny. Well, it's actually pretty sad for NPA.
Yeah, I know. I don't go out there trying to be funny. I'm not funny, but the advisors laugh for some reason. I don't get it.
They laugh because they feel sorry for you. And because you're an idiot.
How How am I supposed to make Google Analytics funny?
Google Analytics? Is that quarterly website traffic report that you send out to advisors? You know, that gives them a sense of how many people are going to their site and what's most popular? I thought you already sent that stuff out.
I do, but we're going to discontinue that report in 2018. We're going to recreate a new one that has better information, and then we're going to start sending that out next year.
That's not funny. You're screwed. Cheers out.
Hey, are you toasting the end of Brian's career if he's not funny at the next firm meeting?
Pretty much.
Well, drink to that, buddy. Get out.
At this point, I definitely have some things to present, but I have no idea how to make it funny. Wait, I can make a video. Alright, that is funny.
NPA does not condone workplace day drinking. The views presented in this video do not necessarily represent those of senior management.
But I am senior management now.
Not anymore.
Even though you're only make-believing, laugh, clown, laugh. Even though something inside is grieving, laugh, clown, laugh. Don't let your heart grow too mellow. Just be a real Punchinello fellow. You're supposed to brighten up a place and laugh, clown, laugh. Paint a lot of smiles around your face. Laugh, clown, don't frown. Don't let the world know your sorrow. Be a Pagliaccio, laugh.